feeling the rest of my whole life. The way I feel when I'm with you. You.
Timberlake. Today is Wednesday, April 19th, 2017. My name is Sheldon.
And I'm Ian. As you may have noticed, the Tiger TV stream has been crashing recently. This is because of the internet in the building, not technical incompetency. We're working on fixing it as quickly as possible.
MrTHS is April 20th. That is tomorrow at 6 p.m. The theme is Once Upon a Time, so make sure you save the date.
Speaking of MrTHS, Rachel is here with some candidates to speak on the event tomorrow.
Good morning, Timberlake. I'm Rachel here, and this is Kendi, and we're talking about MrTHS, and it's this Thursday.
That's in 2 days.
And it only costs $5 to come to MrTHS, so make sure you guys are coming.
And $5 is a really small price to pay for all of the funny, weird things that you'll see on Thursday night.
We have some of the boys here to let you know who's in MrTHS.
Do you live in a cornfield? Because I'm stalking you. Will McElmore, contestant number 3. Are you a nobody? Because nobody's perfect. Drake Van Buskirk, contestant number 4.
Some people call me Callan, but you can call me tonight. Callan Logue, lucky number 8.
Think something's wrong with my phone. Your number's not in it. Nathaniel Barker, contestant number 9.
You know, men usually need 3 meals a day to survive. I just need the eye contact from you. David Barnes, number 11.
Can I live in your socks? Because I want to be with you every step of the way. Logan McDonald, contestant number 12.
Thank you, guys. And now remember, that was only half of the contestants. And it says it's in 2 days, but that was recorded yesterday. It's tomorrow, so be sure to be there. Woo! So me, Mark, Jeremy, and Carter all have $50 off tuxedo coupons. Contact us if you want one. You know, Sheldon, you're a pretty dapper guy, if I do say so myself.
Well, thank you.
I feel like a tuxedo would fit you perfectly.
Oh, well, I feel so honored. Up here in North Idaho, we live very different lives than people in third world countries. Mari recently went to Guatemala to find how the people there are able to be happy when living in tough circumstances.
Welcome to Lake Atitlán in Santiago, Guatemala. This place is home to some of the most impoverished people in the world, but also some of the most happy. According to the 2017 Index of Economic Freedom, more than 50% of Guatemala's population lives below the poverty line. People living here can often barely afford the necessities. One such person is Balthazar Sacto.
Nada más estoy en un alquilo porque los gastos que gano diariamente no alcanza para mis hijos y únicamente yo estoy alquilando a 500 quetzales al mes estoy pagando para mi alquilo de mi casa.
Even though they live with next to nothing, their generous nature shines through and they insist on sharing what they have.
One thing that really struck me was that when they would have us in their homes, I always felt like an honored guest to be there.
They live simple lives, but they are able to focus more on what really matters.
Es de que estar con mis hijos y feliz con ellos, de que ellos dar de comer y esa es mi forma de dedicar a trabajar más con ellos.
They interact together, they play together, they work together. And also the fact that they were so interested in my family, it showed me that family is really important to them as a culture.
Their connection with their family and friends bring them a lot of happiness, and it shows.
They definitely seemed happy, and yet they had very little. You know, they'd play with a ball in the dirt, not even grass, and no park play structures, you know, but they seemed really happy.
While we may not always understand other people's lives, we can learn from them as much as possible. Hopefully, we can become happier because of it. Even though many of these people live in extreme poverty, they're still able to find happiness in their own way through being able to laugh and making meaningful connections with those that they love. This has been Mari signing out for Tiger TV News.
Thank you, Mari. Thank you for going to Guatemala and showing us just how people live down there and how much we should really help out, contributing.
Yeah, it really opens up our eyes.
As you know, there's only one contested race for leadership, Lexi Howard versus Sarah Pryor for Junior Vice President. Taylor is here to talk with the candidates.
Good morning, Timberlake. I'm Taylor Riley. Elections are being held during both lunches today. However, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this year. Instead of going to watch speeches at an assembly, we will be doing them live here on Tiger TV. At this point, there's only one contested race, which is for Junior Class Vice President, and campaigning for the position is Lexi Howard and Sarah Pryor. First, we will have Lexi Howard give her speech for Junior Class, or for Junior Vice President. Lexi.
Hello. Hola, bonjour, aloha, Timberlake. My name is Lexi Howard, and I am running for Junior Vice President. I am honored and ecstatic to be running for this position and to be in leadership next year. I believe that I have great ideas and great motivation for next year. But more important than my ideas are your ideas, the students. And I believe that leadership should take into account your ideas and opinions when making major decisions in events. Now, okay, whoa. So, I believe that Timberlake is great and has many great years ahead of it. And I believe with me as your class president, we can make it better. And I have great ideas and motivation, and I'm determined. So vote for me, Lexi Howard, for Junior Vice President. Thank you.
Thank you, Lexi. Now let's have Sarah Pryor give her speech.
Winston Churchill once said, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and talk. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." This quote, I think, also directly applies to leaders and what it means to be a leader. Before we get into this speech, I think that it is very important to define what a leader is. Of course, there's the very basic Merriam-Webster definition of something that leads, but that is not quite what I'm shooting for. The better question is, what qualities are necessary in a leader? There are so many important qualities that a leader should have, but what I really want to focus on is courage, as my quotation so implied. The first part of courage is standing up and talking, which is actually what I happen to be doing right now, but it is more than that. It is the outgoing part of a leader, the part of them that has something they want to get done, and they get up and do it. They don't give up. The other part is the more quiet part of a leader, but just as important. This is the part that I like to think of as the friendly part, someone who listens, someone who is a friend. And I think that that truly is the best part of leading others. The quiet inspiration, the inspiration through giving and friendship. Why does this really matter to you personally? Because this next year you have an option to pick who you want to lead you. And I'm by no means saying that I am or will be a perfect leader, but I will try my hardest to be a good friend and the best person I can be. I'll give my 100% effort in leading you as perfectly as I can. For those of you who are unaware, my name is Sarah Pryor, and I'm running for junior class vice president. You're probably wondering how in the world I'm qualified to take on such a role, but even if you aren't, that is what I am here to tell you. Leadership is something I've always wanted to be a part of, and through the past couple of years, I've prepared myself for such a responsibility quite a bit. I've been involved in band, cheer, cross country, FCCLA, multiple honors concurrent and dual enrollment classes, and volunteer work and helping with a weekly East Coast swing through my church. These are all things that I have enjoyed tremendously and learned a lot about leadership and responsibility through, creating new relationships and friendships that I hope to last my lifetime through. As junior vice president, I will strive to continue to make improvements in the school for every student here at Timberlake. With my background in dance, I would love to help out with planning lip sync, and I love planning and organizing events. I also promise to listen to your ideas and to act as your voice. No matter how big or small they might be, I will fight for what you as students want. Together, I promise we will make this year memorable. There are people working hard here every day who want nothing more in the world to accomplish their dreams. Right now, that is me, because I want to accomplish my dream of making your junior year the best year that it can possibly be. So think of what I have said to you today as you are checking the name of your Timberlake Junior High School junior vice president. Let me lead you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Now remember, sophomores, get out there and vote for your future junior class vice president at lunch today. And tomorrow we will introduce the entire leadership team for next year. This has been Taylor signing out live for Tiger TV News.
Thank you, Taylor, and thank you to the two junior vice president candidates and anybody else running for leadership. So there are some rad sports happening despite the tatterdemalion weather, and Hannah is here with the deets.
Good morning, Timberlake. It's Hannah here with your sports and entertainment. Varsity softball and baseball have games today at Bonners Ferry at 3 p.m. JV softball and baseball have games here at 3 p.m. Boys and girls golf have a tournament with Priest River at Twin Lakes at 3. Happy birthday today to Tyler Hinkle. And for your joke of the day, is Google male or female? Anyone know? Female, because it gives you suggestions without finishing your sentence. This has been Hannah signing out live for Tiger TV News.
That was a funny joke, wasn't it, Ian?
Is funny the right word for it? It was hilarious.
Okay. Lunch choices for today are pork stir-fry, veggie lovers pizza, barbecue pulled pork, and Italian chicken wrap.
Now off to the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.